hands or to wring out. What did all WR words have to do with, Molly? Twisting. And they're all Old English. Isn't that cool? But when you know it, does it seem good to know it?
Yeah.
Good. And it's not hard to know it once you know it.
Once you know it.
So what are some other WR words that twist? Hmm? Yeah, a wreath. And how is a wrinkle twisted? Like twisted skin. What about a wrong answer?
Ooh, it's twisted from right.
Yeah, isn't that cool? So, twisting. So the more you know, Marianne Wolfe, who is just wonderful, who wrote a book called Proust and the Squid. It's on my website. I have all this, and one of her quotes I love is that the more you know about a word on different layers, like Lynn, like saying that it makes it easier to know it. The more layers you know about any word, the faster you're going to read it, and the better your comprehension is going to be. You know, if you just know, or like wrath, you have a face of wrath. WR, your face is twisted in wrath. You know, when you read wrath in a book, if you're clued into that WR means twisted, you can see that face better. Do you think?
Yeah.
So is this making sense?
Really helps the SAT.
Oh, yeah.
They know the Greek and Latin.
Yes, huge, huge.
I think that's
So,
wonderful because I try to teach non-readers that the word paint a picture.
they paint a picture.
Describing does paint a picture.
What if somebody gets all these together in a rubber band? So I don't have everything mixed up. I'll give them to you. And y'all, if you pass this rubber band to the back, I'm going to give you this rubber band to put the group that you had earlier, the cards from before. Can you put them in that rubber band? What if we get some people to play a game with us? If we were going to we're going to think about, okay, to act out word meanings. Where am I acting out things? Okay, I don't think I'm seeing the ones that I want, but to act out some word meanings, like with your body. Okay, so what if we stand up and act these out? Okay, if we're gonna think about EX, X, what does X mean? Like an exit. Good, so out. Good, so X is gonna mean out. So what if you're gonna be an extrovert? Okay, let's think about vert means to turn. Okay, what is it? Yeah, extrovert. Maybe we can do every syllable. Maybe extro. Do you think we should do that? Or extro is one morpheme? I'm not sure. Extrovert, if we do the syllables. So vert is to turn. Can you turn? Turn. Turn. So how does an extrovert turn?
Towards.
Yeah, and do they turn? And the X means, yeah, it's going to, out. So good. So can you be an extrovert? Let's all be an extrovert. What if you're an introvert? Be an introvert. Yeah, your energy goes inside. Good. Hey, what if you're going to, another vert, like if you're going to revert to doing something else, what is re going to mean? Yeah, to go back. So what if you're going to revert? Can you revert? You know, you're going to revert to your old ways maybe. Go back. Turn back. Turn back. What if you invert something? What can you invert? Like maybe you turn something inside out, or just upside down. Yeah, turn it over. Invert. Or if you divert, to divert means to turn it away somehow. Okay, you think about P-E-R means completely or thoroughly. So what if you are a pervert? Is that a good thing? Not a good thing, but it means completely turned. A pervert, vert means to turn, and P-E-R means think of the word perfect. It's completely and thoroughly and perfectly turned. Okay? Now let's take that P-E-R. Can you chunk per? It means, what does per mean? Can we completely and thoroughly. So what if we don't make them a pervert this time? Let's make them something else. There is a root that means to make. What is a big thing called where you, the shape of it, that's a shape, is form. What do you call something where you make clothes in a big factory? So FAC and FEC means to make. So what if you're perfectly made? You are perfect. Perfectly made. You're completely made. Does that make sense? Yeah. Isn't that cool? So you can go from perfect to pervert. Well, so back to our effect that's made. What else is some in factory? What are some other words? Oh, yeah. What if we sit down? Maybe we should sit down. But who had one? I've got to hear it really loud though.
I think they said affection.
Affection. Wow. Affection. Okay, the AF is part of a Latin, it's called a chameleon prefix. You know what a chameleon, what does a chameleon do? Changes. Yes, exactly. So some prefixes, they're going to change to match the root. So the real prefix is AD, that means toward, like additive. AD, think of toward. But in affection, it's hard. Can you say adfection very easily? Adfection. Adfection. So the D turns into an F. Affection. Yes. Yes, to make it sound right. Is a chameleon. It's a chameleon. Because it's just, it's not like somebody sat down and made this up. It's like people's mouths made it happen. Because you say affection, after a while you just say affection. Because it's just easier to say it, you know. And the more often you use a word in the language, the shorter it becomes more efficient. Like condominium, but what is our short word now? Yeah, what about like the World Wide Web? The web, yeah. You know, it used to be called personal computers, but now, yeah. So the more frequent, that's a Zipf's law, Z-I-P-F is the man's name. Zipf's law is that the more frequently the word occurs, the shorter it becomes. And it's true of everything, you know. Isn't that cool? You know, like, you know, just like a nickname. Everything gets a nickname. And the more frequently, telephone is now, yeah. And mobile cellular telephone is now, yeah. And so, and to send someone a text message, you can just say, yeah. So it's just, the words get shorter the more frequently you use them. And that's what happened, like affection. So it's toward, making toward. I don't know. I'm not really sure if I'm following that right on FEC. I could be wrong. Oh, ZIPF, Zipf. It's called Zipf's law, and I love that. I love that. Zipf's law. And in fact, this is so, I shouldn't do this, and this is what Tricia told me not to do, but it's real quick. I was on the internet, I was Googling on this great site, and I have it, it's in your handout, about some site. I found this quote, and it was off this website, and it was on the website that had something about Zipf. Something else he said, similar. It was another cool thing he said. But just this word that has all, do you know a word that has A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y in order?
In one word?
Yes. Whoa. Half seriously. Half seriously. A, E, I, O, U, and Y. Isn't that cool? That's just a little bit of information that I thought that was so cool. Half seriously. So we can act out, press, repress, and depress. Okay, press is a Latin root. It means, what does press mean? To push, or just to push. Yeah, so press is to push. So let's impress. What if you're going to impress something? You're going to push it in. So M is one of those chameleon prefixes that could be spelled in, like innate, or invisible, or impressed. You know, that you change the letter, the consonant, to make it match the root, because it's easier to say. It also, this is cool, in, as far as a chameleon, like what if you want, how hard is it to say in legal? Say it for me real fast, in legal. What if you had to be a chameleon? What would you change in legal to? Yeah, so you change that to another L. What if you're not regular? And so you're going to say irregular. Can you tell me irregular? What are you going to change the N to? Irregular. Isn't that cool? Very cool. And this is the sort of thing that it's good for a student to know. It's good to show you that that's why you have double letters there. because that's what people make spelling